So here one can see how the profit and the time matters for the investments. Before pre-IPO, we have to understand the startup cycle and startup life cycle. In startups, we have pre-seed, seed, series A, series B, series C, something. All these terms represents the fund raised by the companies. So before coming to the IPO, pre-IPO, the company has to start the business. The company has to get some angel investors, and they have to continue with the market. So even if compared to the pre-IPO, pre-seed or seed time is the best time for investing in any company. So it is a reason, even though many startups in India are in losses, but many startup investors are interested to invest in those companies. The reason is here they're interested to understand the growth of the business instead of the profit of the company. Many companies have losses, but those shares and valuations are high range and they're all bullish trend. So that is the reason many companies are making money with the startups also. So those investors who do startup investment and who understand the startup market, they can understand pre-IPO market easily. So one must aware of these things while invest to different products of the stock market. Stock market is the final stage or a matured stage of a plant. One can invest at budding stage if we have a capacity to wait for the maturity of the fruits or the maturity of the businesses. So one must wait for a long time and one must invest at early days of the company. So with these all factors, one can understand, one can create more wealth by investing at the early stage of the company or as early as compared to the investing at the mature or final stage of the companies. But still there is some problem with the funds what you invest. Of course, there are some other problems like the capital to invest into those companies, and these are somewhat very risky compared to other investments. But if you have a potential to diversify and invest with a good amount, one can create good return. So in my pre-IPO recommendations, I have recommended many stocks since long, but I want give a clarification and a full-fledged video as a case study for understanding pre-IPO and its power. So you might aware of Nazara Technologies. So for this stock, already I have recommended during the pre-IPO process, and for IPO process also I have recommended. One can see the IPO price around 1100 rupees, and it was launched on March 7th, 2021. So for IPO process, who don't have idea can understand these basics. Nowadays for IPO process, we have some rules and regulations. The IPO comes with a lot. It will 10 or 20 shares or 50 shares. But the entire share value should be around 15,000 rupees or below. So that is the rule. And rule number 2, for retail investor, the rule is he can invest up to 2 lakhs only. That is one point. IPO process is just a lottery system or a bidding process. So the investor who got the allocation with the lottery, he will get the issue price, or else he has to buy the share in normal market. That is a secondary market in the exchanges. So many people attracted for IPO because the issue price and the listing price were different in recent time. Almost 80% stocks gave 50 to 80% return in IPO process. Of course, in March many IPOs failed, but we have to invest according to the with the different factors. So we will discuss all those points here. So coming to Nazara Technologies, so the IPO process launched on March 7th, but in 2020 October, we have sold Nazara Technologies at 900 rupees in pre-IPO process, and we also recommended some other stocks: UTI, Surodaya Bank, Religar Health. So all these are our recommendations. So one can see after listing, Nazara listed around 2000 rupees and almost 80% listing gain compared to the issue price. And one can see the different articles of after listing of the Nazara. Nazara got 175 times subscription on issue time. So all these things we have recommended in advance, and one can see this portfolio of my client where he have invested in pre-IPO stocks Reliance Retail and UTI, and it's my personal account. You can see Nazara Technologies holding in 16th March, but Nazara IPO came on 17th March. So this is pre-IPO. I have bought in pre-IPO market, and again on 14th March I have told that Nazara Technologies will get more subscription in the market, expecting 70 to 90% times. So that is the advanced analysis we have. And as I told, as I bought the Nazara Technologies in pre-IPO market, I got a confirmation from my ICICI Demat account. So it's a legal process, and everything is a legal point. Again, once again, I am repeating on Nazara Technologies. On March 30, 2021, many newspaper or the TV platforms came with a news that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala has a stake of 650 crores in Nazara Technologies. But we have recommended Nazara Technologies before 1 year or 2 years back also. So that is the advanced analysis we have. So one must invest with the advanced information. So one must understand these value investors prefer to invest in the stock as early as possible in the market. Ordinary investors prefer to invest after getting the news, but value investors will invest in advance. The rule is 99% winners of the stock market are promoters or who invested along with the promoters. Ordinary people have a great sense of losing their money because of this factor only. And because of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the Nazara technology got more support and it got more return in the market. And in a recent interview, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala declared that he preferred to invest in unlisted or pre-IPO shares compared to listed or normal stocks because he got more returns in pre-IPO shares. He is right because in pre-IPO market, as I told, the price changes will be huge and the growth will be high in pre-IPO to IPO process and all. One more case for DMart, Suryodaya of Small Finance. So all these stocks were recommended by us. We have recommended those stocks in pre-IPO level, and one can see IPO price 300 rupees for DMart company, and the listing gain is 600 rupees. So at present DMart is trading around 3000 rupees. So that is the greatness of the investment. So those people invested at 300 or 600 rupees, they got good return. Same way we have recommended AU Small Finance in pre-IPO, IPO and normal market. Today AU Small Finance is trading around 1500 rupees. So in long run, almost all stocks gave good return. So many people have these common queries or common questions regarding the criteria and eligibility of the for the pre-IPO investments. So anybody having Demat account can buy pre-IPO shares. Without Demat account, he can't buy the pre-IPO shares. As I told, pre-IPO shares will be available in physical format and digital format. I am not recommending physical format. I will recommend only digital format for the security of my investors. And few stocks like NSE or any exchange related stocks have more rules and regulations because they have exchanges related stocks. So getting those stocks we have to wait some 20 to 25 days time. We have to undergo a scrutiny process, and anyone can invest in pre-IPO if they are interested, but I advise the investor who have a portfolio of 5 to 10 lakhs for normal stocks can go for pre-IPO stocks because pre-IPO stocks always a lockable product. There is a problem of liquidation if it is the case of emergency compared to the normal stocks. So pre-IPO is good, and this is more suitable for the investors who have a portfolio of 5 lakh, 10 lakh at least in normal stocks. And try to buy the stock from trusted firms and trusted partners because it's a offline market. There is a chance of fraud cheating in the market. Always we gave good services to our clients, so we will take care of our clients for the delivery of shares once getting the payments. So in the offline market or the unregulated market, the investors have a more problems to get the shares. And another important point, don't buy all the pre-IPO shares. There are some misconceptions like that. People buy the low cost price, low cost shares. They think that the low cost is best price. But we have to take care of the valuations of the company, the growth of the company, the business model of the company. Say some stocks like Motilal Home Finance or something which are traded around 10 rupees or something. But when you see the business of the company, it's not so good. So we have to consider all those things before investing. So when you invest in gold, that is very good compared to investing in iron, what I repeatedly advise my client. So prefer to invest in good stock at better prices rather going for a bad company for cheap price. So this is the very common question by every pre-IPO investor. As per norms and regulations, one can buy shares and he can keep the shares in his demat account, but he can resell or transfer the shares before the IPO booking date announcement. So once the IPO booking is started, our shares will be freezed. We can't do any operations. So one can buy the pre-IPO share and he can sell or transfer the shares anytime until there is no IPO announcement. So once the IPO date and announcement came and the IPO process is started, it will be lockable for 1 year. After 1 year, it will be available to sell. And one must understand until the lockable date, after the lockable date, he can able to see his shares on his broker account. Until that he can see his shares in his CDSL or NSDL account only. So you have to understand these basic things. That's the reason I have advised my client to have a login with your CDSL or NSDL account. And gray market shares can be sold normally. As I told earlier, gray market shares are nothing but buying the shares in a private platform or private channel during the IPO process by paying extra money. Those shares are normal shares. You can sell as a normal stock as usual. So for pre-IPO stocks only, we have a 1 year lock-in time after the issue date. Don't do this. I request my investors, please consider these points very important while invest in pre-IPO. Repeatedly I told, don't go for price, just go for valuations. When I recommended Nazara Technologies at 900 rupees, people thought it's a high price, but now one can see what is the present price. Same way, so one must aware of the prices and market. So only least price is not the real investment. Every investor have to get the valuation of the stock, and don't rush for pre-IPO stock only after knowing the IPO date. Please, many people asked for the IPO stocks or pre-IPO stocks only after getting the news in the media or the channels. I have advised my investors to buy Nazara Technologies before 1 year or 2 years of the IPO. So that is our analysis power, and we have given advice in advance. But when we gave the advice before 1 2 years, people don't believe that. Same people rushed to buy the shares when they got the news. But one must understand, before 1 2 years, Nazara Technology traded below 400 rupees. Now it is trading at 2000 rupees. So that is the power of news and that is the power of confirmation. So when you want to invest at better price, please invest before 1 2 years rather rushing for the stock during the IPO process. Again, I want to tell you, don't go for delisted stock. Don't confuse and don't do gambling with the stocks. Delisted stocks are almost worthless to invest. So don't confuse unlisted and delisted stocks. And those investors who want to create the wealth, please follow the advisor, because many people consider themselves having the knowledge that they try to invest in stocks, but in fact in market we need to have different types of information. As I told earlier, pre-IPO analysis is different, IPO analysis is different, stock market analysis is different. Almost 70% IPOs failed in March 2021 because overvaluations. So when my customers asked to invest or not, I advised all my customers, don't invest for IPO. Same way, when I advised a stock to invest in pre-IPO, I didn't invest same stock for the IPO process. So the analysis for the pre-IPO, the analysis for the IPO, the analysis for the stock is almost different. We can't mingle all those things, because I have recommended Suryodaya Bank in a pre-IPO stage, but same Suryodaya Bank failed in IPO process. But you can see I never recommended Suryodaya in IPO process. So those who have invested and those who have experience with my advisory can understand my way of advisory. I'm not giving any copy paste content. I'm not going to give any copy paste advisory. So we have a real time advisory, we have a real time knowledge so that you can create a good wealth. Some people are asking me to invest XYZ stock, but we never give such ideas. We advise our client, the client has to invest with us. So that is our key funda, because we have different access of the information. So the information should be 100% accurate if you invest in a pre-IPO stock, because in pre-IPO market there is no technical analysis, there is no fundamental analysis. So if somebody is saying there is a fundamental analysis or something, he is a big fool in startups and all. In startups and pre-IPO, the business model and management are the key points. If you compare the Nazara Technologies or something, the Nazara Technologies or profits are nothing in the market compared to any other product. But still, Nazara Technology got good hype or good return for the investors who have invested before 1 2 years, because of the system what we call the importance of the industry, the demand of the industry. So that we have to be take care of that point immediately. And understanding the company needs lots of scrutiny, lots of information should be there to invest or not, to filter the stock and all. So for that we are a professional and we can help you that. So pre-IPO, IPO almost same. We have to take care of the prices, we have to take care of the information, and we have to understand the growth and return policies, because I have recommended my clients to invest in IPOs to get a listing gain. But sometimes when I doubted on the IPO process, I told them to stop. So that is the way of advisory, that is the way of investment. So always prefer to get an advisor, so that you can get a good exposure on the market information and good information, so that your investment will be protected. As an investment advisor and analyst, I have some key points. As I told, on fundamental, we will take care of net profit or net revenue, etc. We will take care of normal business model, like the business model of the company, analyzing the company management and competition of the company, and annual report, how the company representing the growth rate, and what may be the demand and the company's products in future. So that is basics of a fundamentals, we can say. These are not advanced, but the information is advanced, but the strategy is very basic level. And this is a very valid point. One must aware of the stock market. Stock market is just like a human life cycle. As a human, one has childhood, teenage, adult, and same way a company also have a different life cycle. That is startup or seeding, rapid growth or IPO process, maturity is the high phase of the company, and decline. After some time, any company has to decline if it is unable to sustain in the market. So finally it will go for a death or rebirth, means due to new acquisition or new purchases of the company, it may rebirth. So this is the life cycle. In this life cycle, one can understand easily that those people invested at the startup level have created more wealth compared to the maturity or decline level. So at least one must invest in the rapid growth. Those startup investors will invest at this ratio, IPO, pre-IPO investors will be at this level, and of course some people in mutual funds and other investments will go at this point, and ordinary investors will invest at this point, like our S Bank or KF, Kingfisher Airways. All these are the case studies. And we can say some other company who got collapsed from high to low, and it is an example of a Satyam scam. So after Satyam scam, it was taken over by the Tech Mahindra, it got a rebirth. So all this represent a stock life. So one must understand the stock life and invest accordingly. So understanding the IPO analysis and pre-IPO analysis is not so easy. So as I told earlier, many people just copy from the market, just copy the head. As I told, last time we have recommended IPO. This month we didn't recommended IPO, because we know the IPO will fail. The analysis to be accurate, and the analysis should be on market basis instead of the rumors and herd based. And some people consider if some stock got high subscription, it will give good return. No, it will not possible. Sometimes it may be reverse. Sometimes the stock may not get good subscription, but it may give good listing gain. So all these things should be understood from the real-time experience and the real-time knowledge only. So this is not possible with the ordinary formulas and all theories. So I would like to share some important case study of Infosys, very well-known company for Indians. This case study will help you to understand the market and investment from pre-IPO level to maturity level. So Infosys public offer came in 1993, and the issue price for the IPO was at 95 rupees and the listing gain at 145 rupees. The listing gain is almost 50%, one can see. So here one can understand Infosys market cap with the time. So Since inception, it was around 50,000 to 1 lakh in next 5 to 10 years. After 20 years or 25 years, it has reached up to 2.5 lakh crores. So that is the growth they got. So many investors think that the stock price will going to rise with the time, but one must understand along with the stock price, the company is going to give dividend and the company is going to give split, or the company is going to give the bonus on your share investment. Say today you invest 100 rupees with Infosys, after 20 years the share price may be 1000 to 2000 rupees, but your investment value will be 50,000 to 1 lakh, because you are going to get n number of shares because of your waiting time. Because when you invest in a good company, you will get a bonus. So the bonus will be yearly, or sometimes it may be for 2 years or 3 years. But anyhow, if somebody invested for 20 years or 25 years, on an average, he is going to get some 50 to 100 shares for his first share investment. So, because of this reason, many investors created great wealth in long term compared to short term investment. So, one must prefer to invest in long term in good company rather looking for short term returns. See, in this Infosys from 2000 onward, there is a fall in the market. I mean, the capitalization of the business of this will represent the price of the company too. So one can understand there is every 3 to 4 years the company has a downfall. So even the company having a downfall or the negative conditions, still again in next cycle it has survived from the negativity. So we have to understand these cycles, and we have to take care of the cycles to invest or not to invest. And in long run, anyone invest for 2000, he created great wealth, and anyone invested for 5 to 7 years, he has created the wealth. People who invested for short term or 1 2 years, they got losses. So I advise my investors to wait 3 to 5 years if you invest any stock. So that is the way of value investment. Here I am going to show the share split and share bonus of Infosys. One can see from 1986 onwards, this is before pre-IPO I am saying. So from before IPO also the company has gave the bonus and split. So altogether one can consider from 1992 one got 1 is to 100 shares in Infosys. So in order to create wealth, or the secrets of wealth creation always will be these 4 points. So in all my advisory videos or advisory courses, I advise my people or investors to have these points or don't invest in market. First of all, one must need a trust. If you have a trust, you can wait and diversify your portfolio. Don't invest all your money or all your budget for one stock or one industry. Diversify portfolio. Patience. Once you diversify and invest in different stock, please wait for some time. There are different news, there are different opinions, there are different rumors in the market. But don't be panic, don't be worry on those things until it is a major news or major point of the same stock what we have in our account compared to the entire industry or the entire country. Just because of COVID problem or the COVID cases, Nifty crashed suddenly. So the crash was almost 40% or 50%. Okay. But within some time it again reached to new highs. So that's okay. But if there is a problem with the only one stock like Satyam scam or something, then one can exit. If there is a problem with S Bank, then one can exit. But if it is a problem of entire nation or entire system, don't be panic. Can wait for a long time and don't be panic. One must understand this logic and invest and wait for long term. Same way, long term, the word is very important for wealth creation, because 90% of new stock market investors or the new stock market clients are interested to trade for intraday or interested to generate the revenue with the derivative market technicals or something. But to understand in real time market, only the long term investor has created the profit. All intraday and other formats or other segments have lost their money. Some people may create wealth, but it's very limited in it is short term. It's not a long, and you can ask their CAGR. No intraday, no technical analysis trader can give the CAGR. But if you invest in PMS, if you invest in mutual funds, if you invest in long-term product, there you can get the CAGR. So So that is the way of investment. So try to understand this point. And in market there are many people who's going to sell different courses and all just for sake of their benefit, not for the sake of investors. In fact, no company, no person has created wealth in options or intraday for long time. So only the value investors, the investors at the pre-IPO, the investors with the PMS have created the real wealth. So that is the fact. So you can compare my advisory with the entire market information, and we are the number one in the advisory and the information. No one in the market will give advanced information as I am giving to you. And nobody has recommended Nadara Technologies in pre-IPO. Nobody has gave exact figure for the subscription ratio. Every time we have a wonderful information, we have a wonderful analysis in the market. We don't advise for the sake of brokerage or something. We advise for the sake of your wealth, our client wealth. We want our client to create wealth. So we are not a stockbroker to get a brokerage to give a false advisory. So I don't give any false advisory. I don't want a brokerage. I want you to create wealth. So that you might understand, because in the market you can go through different platforms, different channels, YouTube, Google, or someone, or you can ask your stockbroker whether he can able to tell the concepts what I have given till today or in this video. You can compare my advisory. 90% of stockbrokers don't know what is a pre-IPO. They don't know what is a client master list, and nobody will advise to go and log in with CDS or NSDL, and nobody will discuss on CarWeb Cam. So we are an investment advisory. That's the reason we are discussing all these points for the sake of your investment, for the sake of your wealth creation. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you like this video, if you feel this video will help your friends and family members, please share this video to your circles. And if you have any investment plans, or if you want any investment advisory, please try to contact me. I can give good advice in the market, and please be serious while taking decision with the investments. Thank you. Have a good day. If you like the content, please like it and please share for your friends, and please subscribe for more updates from our channel.